If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspirational juice. It is July the 27th, 2023, and today the topic is certain and sure. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope that you all had a wonderful Wednesday. Mine was just fine. Those of you all that follow me on social media, you may already know that my day didn't go fully as planned yesterday, because instead of filming an episode of GSL, I ended up going live on several of my platforms to do an unboxing. I did an unboxing of in recent order of just about all of my books. I think the only one that I did not show was the Spanish version of The Juice, but everything else I went live, I unboxed, and I chit-chatted about. So for those of you all that are interested in that information and whatnot, you guys can go to my Actress Miracle Sims YouTube channel and see that unboxing. And obviously, you guys can go to actressmiraclesims.com for me and all of my endeavors, including my books and everything like that. It was very interesting how that happened. Like I said, yesterday I got all ready for my scheduled appointment to record an episode of GSL. My guest didn't log in, so, obviously I sent a check-in email and things of that nature. But after that, I just kind of got, back comfortable. And I was thinking about winding down, but then I felt led to go live. I felt led to go live and to do the unboxing. And I didn't fully understand it at that moment, because I'm like, well, Lord, I don't have to open this box of books right now. I think everybody knows I'm an author. And, a lot of you all have seen my books and whatnot already. But I was like, let me be obedient. I feel led to do it. I'm going to be obedient. And I will say, I might not get too into it right now, but after I did that, I got an interesting call. Very interesting call. A particular opportunity, I guess you would say. An honorable opportunity, but at the same time, it's just interesting. So I'll let y'all know more if I feel led to let y'all know or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know if it had anything to do with me going live or being obedient in that moment, but I know it happened right afterwards. So we're going to see what the Lord do with all of that. But anywho, so yeah, that's the main thing of significance that happened yesterday. We ended up, ordering in. I just felt like I just wanted to order something that's in for dinner, because we had like burgers and whatnot. I had made burgers and stuff for lunch, but I was like, well, I want to order something for dinner, and just, ask my hubby, did he have anything in particular? I was in the mood for pasta. And so that's what we ended up getting. We got some like chicken and shrimp, Cajun chicken and shrimp Alfredo, I believe it was. And we got plenty of that and everything like that. And so, yeah, but those are the only significant things that happened yesterday. But yeah, let's get into this conversation, y'all. Certain and sure. Well, I would say the inspiration partially comes from the time that I woke up, which was around 2:45. I did have a dream, which I'm reminded of when I started to look up verses since around 2:45. But unfortunately, I don't remember everything that happened in the dream. So I don't know. I don't know if it was significant or whatever, or if it was, again, maybe just something just for me. But yeah, I think the verse that I came across when I looked up 2:45 and Googled it with Bible, I found that to be interesting. And yeah, ultimately, I'm going to go through the whole little spiel, I guess, about what happened and what all I was looking up and stuff like that, so I won't get too deep into that stuff right now. But let's just say that majority of this conversation is inspired by the time I woke up, which was 2:45. I did look up the Strong's Concordance and whatnot as well, but I would say that more so looking, just Googling Bible and 2:45 is what ultimately led me to this conversation. So, the verse that stood out to me for when I Googled, again, Bible and 2:45 was Daniel 2:45, and this is what it says. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke into piece the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. So there you guys go. That's where I ultimately got the title today, Certain and Sure, because that's what was standing out to me the most as I was reading that verse. Like I said, I was reminded of the dream that I had as well. And I'm like, well, Lord, I mean, are you saying anything in reference to that? But again, I didn't write the dream down or anything. And I don't feel led to share the dream with y'all. So that's that. But yeah, that's where the conversation comes from. Certain and sure. And I listened to the prayer meditation this morning with the Soul Space app. And it was all about love. And it had me thinking about it in a different way, you know. In regards to loving others, and it asked the question like, what is hard about me loving others? And I was thinking, I don't think there's anything necessarily hard about loving others to me. I think if there is something difficult, it's that loving people the way that they think that you should love them is what makes it kind of hard. Because sometimes you gotta love people from a distance, right? Sometimes you got to feed people from a long handled spoon and things of that nature, and they may not fully understand that and whatnot. So I think that's what makes it difficult, as well as, again, people's different interpretations of what love is and all of that, and that's a whole nother conversation by itself. But right after I listened to the prayer meditation, the phrase, "the chickens come to roost," came into my heart and mind, and I said, well... I mean, obviously, I know that there's a lot of things, being revealed in this season. I mean, we see things left and right, stories, different things about what's going on in Hollywood. Just so much that's going on, that's being revealed in this season. I think those that are aware and are paying attention, y'all know what I'm talking about, without me going too deep into everything. But, yeah, I mean, so in a lot of ways, the chickens may be coming to roost, right? So that was something that obviously I thought about once that phrase came into my heart and mind. In this moment, I'm reminded of something I've been sharing over the past few days, which is about this hacker that's revealing to the public and whatnot about, these different pedophile organizations and all this type of stuff. So y'all should follow us, man, on our Facebook, because I'm sharing things all the time there. Hopefully things that will encourage and inspire, but also things that will, warn us and make us aware of the things that are going on, so we can, keep our children safe and things of that nature. But anywho, that's just another example, again, of chickens coming to roost, whether it's Hollywood celebrities, right? Or whether it's, the pedophile next door that you may or may not know about, things of that nature. So anywho, so this whole conversation, again, chickens come to roost. So then I looked into that, and then I also felt led to kind of go deeper in a couple of other directions as well. But let me share with you all these definitions that I felt led to write down. And so the definition of certain says, known for sure, established beyond doubt. And then the definition of sure says, confident in what one thinks or knows, having no doubt that one is right. So there's already just a lot there with those definitions. I think there's a lot of people that feel confident and sure and certain and everything. Again, I told you all yesterday, for whatever reason, Brother Christopher Hitchens keeps coming into my heart and mind. And I told y'all yesterday that I was going to look into, maybe his last public appearance and things of that nature. And I did do that yesterday as well. So I guess I forgot that was a thing of significance to share. But yeah, I did look into that and do that. I came across an audio interview, but it was like an hour long, and I didn't feel led to listen to it. I'll be honest with y'all. But then I came across, I believe, what was his last public appearance, and ironically, it was like he was receiving an award at this atheist convention, I guess you would say. He was obviously physically weak and everything like that. I believe, from my understanding, he had cancer and things of that nature. At first it seemed like he wasn't talking about anything, when he had to, he was receiving his award, and, so I was wondering, like, why the Lord was having me watch it, right? But then ultimately, I saw that he was in, the only thing of significance I think that stood out to me is what he started talking about, that he kind of envied people, the younger generation, and especially those that are, I guess, in his field or that shares this belief system and things like that, because of this display that was coming out in the Smithsonian about, I guess, things that they feel like proves evolution and everything like that, which is interesting because the Lord had me watch a video about evolution and even dinosaurs and all kind of stuff like that last week. So that was interesting too, for that to come back around, and he was talking about that or whatever. So see, that's the thing. That's why you got to be in the Word, and you got to take in like biblical content and things of that nature, because like when you receive information, right, and people can be so certain, so sure, and stand so boldly on their idea, right, it can make you doubt what you know, right, what you know to be true. You know your experience, you know what God has done for you in your life, but then eloquence and I forget the other word I was going to use, but I mean, these type of individuals, charismatic, influential, right, people will influence you into their belief. And again, he knows better than me, right, what the truth is now, because he's no longer with us. And I know I keep saying that. And again, like I said, I have no clue why God keeps, bringing him to my heart and mind. And whatnot, because like I said, I don't know the man, I don't follow his life, or anything like that. I think I came across him because of Frank Turek and the debate that they had and whatnot. But anyway, I hope this can serve as a warning for those of us that are still here, right? I mean, you can be so bold and whatnot, and you can proclaim, your belief and everything like that to the highest, from the mountaintop and everything, and you can still be wrong. You can still be wrong, but the issue with that is that you're taking so many people with you. Like, that was another thing I noticed as well that stood out to me as I was looking into content or these videos or whatever the case is. When I read the comments, a lot of these people were like, oh, he changed my life. Oh, I miss him. Oh, it's just there were very few comments in regards to, praying for his soul or anything of that nature. It was all like, how he had impacted them to and influenced them, right, to I guess follow him in the path that he was on. And so, prayerfully, those that are still here will get the chance and opportunity to repent and to turn around and to come back to Christ and everything of that nature. But that's why it's so important what we say and do. And us as believers, right? If anybody's a believer listening to me, that's how important it is for us to be certain and true, certain and sure, right, about what the Lord has told us to be true, and to share that and to make disciples and to do His will and all of those things. So, anyway, all right, I don't know. I mean, hopefully that encourages you and inspires you, y'all, on whichever part of the coin you're on, right? If you are a believer already, then I hope you're encouraged and inspired to get out here and do your part in the kingdom. If you're not a believer and you're listening to the sound of my voice, it's probably a warning to you, friend. And you might need to consider the things I'm talking about. Let them marinate on your own heart, souls, and mind. Seek the Lord for the wisdom yourself, and you know, prayerfully you have the opportunity to turn around and everything like that. I guess I'm being reminded in this moment. I don't know. Okay, Lord, I'm just gonna be obedient. I'm being reminded in this moment about Satan, y'all. At the end of the day, he has an expected end. And all he's doing is taking those of us that are on the fence, right? Those of us that are not certain and sure about Christ and all these different things. He's taking, us, I'll just say us as humans along with him to his expected end, and something that was not created for us, something that was not God's will for us, and obviously that God cared so much about that he came himself in the form of a man um, to take on that burden for us, that we don't have to, have that expected end that was not created for us. But we still struggle, you know what I mean? We struggle. And I think, this goes back to what we were talking about the other day about, living a physical life, but being spiritually dead and things of that nature. So y'all can, go deeper with all of this. I think I'm going to start getting into the juice this morning, but I'm going to see if the Lord has anything else to say through me before I get into what else I came across this morning. I think I got the green light here, so let me keep going then. All right. So, obviously, I thought deeper about that. I ended up studying, things of that nature. Like I said, your chickens have come home to roost. That was the phrase that had came into my heart and mind. That phrase was made popular. It probably wasn't that quote in particular, but the idea of it was made popular by Robert Southey, or Southey. I didn't do too much of a deep dive into him or the name and stuff like that. But if you want to, by all means, you can do so. The interesting thing is the word roost, when it comes to chickens, is talking about settling down for for rest or sleep. But on the flip side, when it comes to humans, it talks about our past mistakes or wrongdoings have come back to cause us problems. So yeah, the chickens have come to roost. I guess depending on where you are spiritually, that might be a word for us. Again, if you are, if your heart and mind is deeply rooted in Christ and things of that nature, then maybe you can roost like a chicken, right? And rest and things of that nature. But if you're on the flip side, right, and you're out here sowing seeds of discord, or you're doing, things that are wicked and evil, then you can rest assured that, again, the truth will come to the light, and your chickens will come to roost, and like it says, your past mistakes and wrongdoings and things like that will come back to cause you problems. Again, I can't. Hey, again, I don't know none of these people personally or whatever, so let's just get that on the table. But on the flip side, here I am reminded. Have y'all been hearing about the things in regards to Oprah? Have y'all been hearing about the things in regards to some of these other big name individuals, right? And their chickens are come to roost, like things that they might be doing behind the scenes are coming to the light, and some people believe it, some people don't believe it, and it's a whole thing. I guess everybody will either have their day in court or have their judgment moment before Christ or whatever. But regardless of that, right, it's just one of those things. It's either one or the other, right? Either if you're on the side of evil and wickedness and things of that nature, you can hide those things for a time, right? But at some point, according to the word of God, everything will come to the light. And so, y'all, let's get into some Bible. Let's get into some Bible, because I done said so much already. So here are the verses that were standing out to me this morning. Matthew 24:35, it says, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Friends, I felt led to do like a deep dive into a study about truth. So I ended up going to gotquestions.org, and I came across an article that was very detailed in regards to truth, and it's called What is Truth? It's called What is Truth? So that was something I took a deep dive into, and then I went back to openbible.info because I felt led to plug in this phrase, what is done in the dark. And when I plugged in that phrase, I saw so many verses there that I was like, I'm just going to let y'all go and plug it in yourselves and see where the Lord leads you into what verses should stand out to you when you do those deep dives. But aside from those two things that I felt led to go deeper about today, I would say this conversation about God and his word and being certain and true, or certain and sure in the things of God in the Bible and things like that is more so what was standing out to me today to talk about. Like that first verse I just shared with you all just now says, it says here, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. And I think we know that internally. Like, I think it's one of those things that we know deep inside that this is true. But on the flip side, we question it, and because we're like, oh, well, it isn't happening. Soon enough, y'all been saying that Jesus is coming back all these years, da 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 da. All the different things that people try to use as excuses for their reasons to not believe. But then on the flip side, right, when we see all the crazy things going on in the world, we see the signs of the times, as they say. And so even that, right, even living in this life and seeing signs of the times and seeing wars and rumors of wars and pestilence and all these different type of things going on. Just a few months ago, they was talking about animals walking in circles, all kinds of animals and things like that, or flying in circles or swimming in circles, because I saw all three and things like that. And they attribute all these things to the signs of the times. They talk about that desert that now has a river flowing through it and things like that. Like, you see these type of things happening, and then we brush it off. We make light of it or whatever. But really, it's the Bible. Like, in my opinion, I'm looking at it like, man, Bible prophecies are happening every day, all day. And so they say the next thing coming up really most likely either be if you may not believe in it or not or whatever, but the rapture of the church, whether it's pre-trib or not, I don't know, all of that. I pray it is, and then based on, what happened in the Bible with previous nations and whatnot, God did remove Noah before it flooded. You know what I'm saying? Like, God did remove Lot and whatnot before Sodom and Gomorrah was, or whatever the case is. So, I mean, but hey, who knows as well? Because, I mean, he did allow the Israelites to go through some of the same things that in Egypt and whatnot. So they did witness some stuff. But on the flip side, he did protect them from certain things as well. Like putting that, the blood over the posts and whatnot of the doors and things like that. So, I mean, I believe that, believers are covered anyway, based on Bible and things like that. So whether it's pre-trib or not, I mean, I guess it don't matter. We just got to be ready regardless, right? And because, listen, the word of God is ringing true. I don't know if y'all believe that or not, but I mean, I don't know if y'all see it or not. But I've been seeing it, and I believe that we're closer today than we probably ever have been. And, they are already trying to, from my understanding, now this is just something I've heard recently, they've already trying to, like, get the idea about aliens out and whatnot. Now, me personally, just thinking about it in this moment, I kind of think aliens might be like either angels or fallen angels. Like, that's what I'm thinking aliens are. Now, y'all can agree or disagree. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments or whatever, what y'all think or whatnot. But that's kind of what I think. But regardless, right, they're already trying to set up these ideas of like, well, uh I guess one of the conspiracies or one of the ideas would be like once the church is raptured, right? If all these people disappear, then they can just easily say, "Oh, it was aliens that abducted them" and things of that nature, rather than giving that glory and honor to the Lord. It's like, that alone is another significant thing. Like, and we don't think about it. Again, we make light of it, but because there's so much pushback against the Bible and the God of the Bible and things like that, like that should be proof alone as well. Like there's just, I don't know, but Bible said we don't have no excuse though, y'all. I mean, like everything around us declares the glory of the Lord and we have no excuse. But that's deep. Y'all can go look into all of that. Let me share some more verses with y'all, man. Listen, the Lord is going in through me this morning. Now listen, okay. All right. So Isaiah 46:10, it says, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, things not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will accomplish all my purpose. This sounds certain and sure, y'all. This don't sound like he's wavering at all. He's saying that my purpose is going to be done. I'm declaring the end from the beginning. So y'all already know and everything like that. So there it is. I mean, I don't have anything to add to that, y'all. I'm going to keep going. So we got Isaiah 53:11. It says, so shall my word be that goes as from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose. It shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it. So again, this sounds certain and sure. This don't sound like, oh well, I think I might just no, this sounds like it says my word will not return back to me empty. It's going to do exactly what I said, X, Y, and Z. Now this made me think about Jesus, obviously, you know, and everything like that. I mean, he did accomplish, right, what he was set out to do and things of that nature. But I think even just the overall thing of the purpose of earth and everything like that, I think everything that God set in motion will come to pass. It will happen the way he said, like he declared from the beginning, the end, and everything like that. And that's ultimately the juice this morning, y'all. Y'all have to decide if this, you know, if you can feel like this is certain and sure. Can you stand on this? Are you willing to die for this? I know that. I mean, we don't like to think about that part, but I mean, that's something as well. You know, to think about. And there's plenty that have, you know, become martyrs for this and things of that nature. But regardless of that, y'all, you know, on the flip side, the enemy, they got several individuals that are certain and sure, right, about their stance and whatnot. And we as believers have to be just as bold, because if we believe that we have the truth, then that means that we have everything, right? And so there's no need to waver on it. There's no need to be going back and forth or be wishy-washy about it. Just ways that you can say the truth in love and things of that nature. And, you know, all of that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, it's just something to think about, you guys. Y'all go deeper with all of this on your own. I mean, again, y'all can take a deep dive into truth. Y'all can take a deep dive into, you know, what's done in the dark and all these different things. But yeah, that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Luke 1:17. It says, for with God, nothing shall be impossible, friends. I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Y'all know today's Thursday, so we have a new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. It will be a conversation with Miss Marin Canaday, and she's an amazing lady who has conquered OCD and things of that nature. So I hope that you all check out her and her testimony tomorrow on the GSL Talk Show at 7 p.m. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow morning for the juice, if the Lord's will. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.